Hello, how you doing today? Welcome to my channel. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Thank you guys. Thank you to all the new subscribers, all the people been here since day one. I really appreciate you. I have a great speech from the universal God, always telling you about what's going on in the world to get you back focused, because the Satan is out on the move trying to always do what he does. But I'm here to reinforce that the universal God has a plan, and this way when I give you this plan, you can give it to the other people as I give it to you. So I welcome you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. If you're new to my channel the first time, I ask you to take that manly coat off and come as your spiritual being, because that's what you truly are. You are a spiritual being. You are not a human as the man teaches you. You are a spiritual being, and your Father is the universal God, the creator. So I thank you. Today's topic, I'll let this ambulance. Today's topic, Great Awakening 2020, how man lies to you and programs you. Great Awakening 2020, how man lies to you and programs you. Guys, I want to take you right to Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 through 11. I know you guys heard this, but my message is about this. It says, ask and you shall receive. Knock at the door shall be open. Seek and ye shall find. For him that knocks at the door, it will be open. For him that asks, it shall receive. Also, God says it's like if you asked your Father for fish or bread, he would give it to you. And you would be very pleased at what he gives you. So, guys, something woke me up, and presidential candidate Joe Biden went to Wisconsin yesterday. I normally don't listen to them, but something told me to listen. So I'm trying to teach you how they program you this world. Many of these men come in false prophets because they don't tell you anything about God. So for one, they was in the church of God, but they're teaching people like slaves. They're not teaching you as spiritual beings or know that you have the power to go to your Father of God and ask for anything. So Joe Biden was saying how we are in slavery, and it's been 400 years. Slavery, we are not in slavery in America. There is no slavery. So all this 400 years, we are not in slavery. We're not out here picking cotton and all that's false. Then he was meeting with the leaders. So the leaders too are false. They said how people can't get jobs. I just read you that verse, didn't I? So that's a false. You can ask your God for anything. He'll give it to you. It says it right there. Then they say how if you're a felon. I was a felon, and I worked at Hay Adams Hotel, one of the most exclusive hotels in the world. So I got jobs as a felon. That's false. Because I went through the universal God for everything. Even when I was in the world, I knew about the universal God. I could pray and ask for things. This is all false teachings that man does with you. It's not just Joe Biden. I was just using him for example. It's all the leaders. They don't teach you like the universal God teaches you. Universal God teaches you that you can come for anything. And the only reason you're a slave is because you don't ask your Father to deliver you from slavery. Once you're aware that you are a spiritual being, you are no longer a slave. You're free. Because then you stop being part of this world and you start to create your own world. And then every 4 years, every time a politician runs, they give you the same old script. Whose fault is that? Like I said yesterday, it's your own fault. All you got to do is go to the universal God and ask yourself, receive. Now, the thing about receiving, though, because a lot of times when we receive stuff, us as humans, we never settle. We want more and more. So be careful when you ask for that. So if you already in a home and you say, God, I want you in another home, he may have it where the home you in, you have to give it up. But who's behind it is your universal God. So every time something bad happens, don't look down on it. Same with I'm into stock. All the stock markets are down. But why are they down? Because they're letting the elite people, they scare off the people who don't have faith in their businesses. They shake them off to let them sell. And then also the elite people are buying the stuff cheap. And then it'll go right back up. So once you learn the game, you already know the game. So that's what goes on with these stocks. Also, we know that the dollar is changing over to the gold standard. So a lot of your banks are going out of business. Also, a lot of your businesses who've been corrupt are under investigation. So a lot of them are folding under. You see a lot of CEOs, as of last year, quitting their jobs. But guys, back to the topic. Stop letting man fool you and tell you what you can and cannot do. If you go to your Father, the universal God, you can do anything. Just speak it, just ask and believe it, and it'll happen. And don't think about it. I did a video many times back about how to receive things anyway. How to reap the harvest of whatever you want. You should be on God's side. Some businesses are down because people looking at a business is down. Sure, they down, but remember, you're supposed to be worrying about yourself. So maybe it's something better for that business to move on to do something or go somewhere else. Always look at something negative as a learning lesson. What is the universal God teaching me this? I remember one time I was working the hotel job. I was a front desk supervisor. And over $1, it was $1, they took my position. I never panicked. I knew, because I was praying to God, I knew something better was coming. So I continued to work the supervisory job even though I didn't have the title. And that's when I moved to the Hay Adams. As a felon. I had both positions as a felon. Stop it. You could do anything with God. Even though I was running, even though I wasn't as deep into God, I still knew to pray and ask God for things and work through God. I knew that much. So everybody is the child of God. He will take care of me. He will take care of you. But I'm just showing you how television and man programs you. Also, the next time these politicians give a speech, and you guys see the speech on the YouTube, look at the comments. The comments, the people that are telling the true stories, how they feel about these candidates. So, media will tell you one thing, but look at the comments. You'll be very surprised what you see underneath something. They tell you how they feel. So, man, it's a lot of things man deceives us. So, what I'm getting at, your media lies as who are ahead in these races and stuff. But just read the comments. You can see who is ahead by the comments. The negative ones. Many people are woken, but there's still many people sleep because they rely on the government for everything. They make the government their God. They make these leaders their gods. Those are false gods. You in the church, you in the church of God, and you don't know who to go to. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. They were in the church telling people what they're not, what they can't do. I was also incarcerated before. That's how I had the felony. So I got out and I went to a top hotel. You can look up the Hay Adams. It's at least, it's ranked always 1 to 5 in America. That's what I just left. Then he took me there, from there, and now I'm retired. Stop it, man. Never let people tell you what you can't, because you have God within you. You can do all things. That's how man keeps us in this slavery. So when they say slavery, that's how they keeping you in the slavery with the false information. Everybody is a child of God. Everyone can ask for, anybody can have anything they want. They just have to ask God. And it says it right there. Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 through 11. Read that for yourself. That's the law of God over this world. That's what the leaders should be teaching people. Then we can get out this situation we're in, which is coming. We are not in no slavery. There is no racism. The racist is yourself, because you keep buying the Kool-Aid they keep selling you. You see, I walk out here every day. I never have a problem. I go to the stores. I never have a problem. When I used to run the streets and I got the police would come around me for different things, I already knew what to do. Cop tell you to stop, you stop. If you're doing something corrupt in the police, you just stop. If you got a weapon in your hand, so a lot of things is over. And also, I'm gonna give you a stats. How many African Americans kill African Americans? How many Caucasian police officers kill African? You can count it on your hand, but it doesn't count the number of African Americans. So the problem with African Americans is we are killing ourselves more than the world is. And the world, because they want to keep you in slavery and keep everything divided, they keep giving you these false images of racism. So get out of the matrix. That's what God is saying, man. Get out of this crazy matrix that's teaching you falseness. Your commandments say love your enemy as love yourself. There is no racism, because that's what's not taught. Love is not taught in the world. They're teaching you hate, and they keep programming your subconscious brain, and you keep believing it. Stop believing the Kool-Aid, man, and then your life changes. All you got to do is follow the commandments of God. He'll reward you with all these things, man, like he's rewarding me. You guys take care, man. Please share that message, man. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe, hit that like. I teach you all the universal knowledge, but I teach you what's going on today. Some of the people that teach you don't tell you about what's going on now. They teach you about, as I listen to people, I go around and I listen to people. So I give you information that's helping you right now or the future. So some of these people, they get here and they talk about the books or the unit, but they don't tell you about what's going on today. I tell you what's going on today and what you can do, and give you tools that will help win back this world. And all from the universal God. That's why I was chosen. You guys take care. Have a beautiful day. Remember, every day is great. You just speak it and believe it, and it happens. And then you start to create the world how you want it. You just have to speak it and believe it. Thank you guys so much.